Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Scott's NBA Talk. We're going to talk about the Northwest Division. Who's going to place first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I need to go through all the Western Conference before Wednesday for the game to start, or the season. So I'm going to go through the Northwest. Okay, I look at the teams. You got Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, Portland Trailblazers, and the Utah Jazz. This is actually going to be tough this year because of the factor that, Denver added Paul Millsap. Now, granted, Utah lost Gordon Hayward, which that's going to be big, but they still got some good pieces. But let me get into who I think will finish first. This is really tough because I look at Minnesota and I look at OKC. And I'm sitting here and thinking that the chemistry with the Thunder isn't going to click right away. I think they'll do like what? I think Miami Heat was it 2011, 2012, where I think they start with like 9-9. I think OKC will do that. And they may start with like 9-10 or something, and then they'll get hot. But Minnesota traded for Jimmy Butler and also got the 16th pick as they traded their 7th piece to Chicago. But Chicago was stupid to give up the 16th pick as well. So they ended up getting Jimmy Butler. I think Minnesota will finish first. I mean, I look at the trio of Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Jimmy Butler. They also added Jeff Teague, Taj Gibson. They went big this offseason. I mean, they went big. Like, they made a huge splash. And they have been garbage for years. I think, 12 years maybe they've gone without making playoffs? They haven't made it in a long time. I can't see how they don't make it with this team as long as everybody stays healthy. They didn't have much depth last year. This year they got more depth because they added Jamal Crawford. He's getting up there in age, but they also added, I love this signing, Aaron Brooks. I have always thought he was underrated. He was real good when he was on the Houston Rockets and then got traded to Phoenix, and he went downhill from there. But I always thought he was good. Got Shabazz Muhammad and Gorgie Dang. Okay, so your second unit's not bad. But your first unit, this starting five is scary. Towns, Karl Anthony Towns, Taj Gibson, Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler, and Jeff Teague. Karl Anthony averaged over 25 points a game last year, 12 rebounds. I mean, this Minnesota team, and Wiggins averaged over 23, and Butler 23. And with Coach Tom Thibodeau, who's defensive-minded, I think, getting Jimmy Butler is great. So, Minnesota, to me, will finish first. Second place will be, I think, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I know, like, why aren't they going to finish first? Russell Westbrook, who I do believe will average a triple-double again. I think he's another MVP candidate again, maybe. They got Paul George. They traded off Victor Oladipo, Sabonis. I can't remember if they traded. I think that was it. Yeah, for Paul George. So they got Paul George. And then the Thunder traded off Doug McDermott, Enes Kanter, and a second-round pick for Carmelo Anthony. So you got Melo, you got PG, and you got Russell Westbrook. My concern, I don't have them winning the division. All three are ball dominant. I think Paul George would probably take being second or third option. I think he would. I don't think he's going to be Melo, I wonder. I wonder if Melo will be second or third option. I wonder if he'll accept that role. He's going to have to. I mean, in New York, he got to be the man, but, you know, he's not going to get to be the man here, because to me, the man is Russell Westbrook, who is going to average a triple-double again. And not only that, they added Patrick Patterson and Raymond Felton. I'm liking their bench a little bit. Not as much as I like the T-Wolves bench, but Patterson can hit the three, stretch the floor. Raymond Felton be a good, maybe 10 minutes backup. You know, they do need a third point guard just in case. So they'll probably do that if Westbrook's thing goes down. So I think OKC is going to do really good this year. They'll finish second. Third. This is where it's going to get tricky. Third through fifth. Because I look at these teams, and Denver added Paul Millsap. That is huge. But he's getting up there in age, so I'm kind of wondering, even though he averaged 18 last year, I'm wondering if he's going to... I think Portland will finish third. I think Portland is going... Because Portland got good after they got Yusuf... I can never say his name. Yusuf Nurkic from Denver. And he put up 15 and 10 at his time in Portland. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do. Not only that, you got to consider the backcourt of Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. That's real exciting. I mean, these guys, both those guys can get you over 20 a game. Lillard definitely get you 25. And not only Lillard's a good rapper too. Y'all should check him out. Dame Dollar is his rap name. But anyway, I don't know. My concern about Portland sometimes is the depth, but they have Caleb Swanigan and Zach Collins, which I have no idea. But according to ESPN depth chart, they're like way in the back, so I don't know what this is going to do. You know, and Al Farik Amino and Mo Hartless has got to step up his offensive game. Sorry, defensively, but I don't know. I just look at this and I think Portland will finish in third. And I also do think, well, yeah, they got Shabazz Napier as a backup. They need to get another backup point guard. And Trey Burker's got released. Brandon Jennings can score, so, you know. And he can also play a little two-guard, too. Brandon Jennings can, so, I don't know. But they probably don't have the cap, so that's going to be the issue. But if they can sign him for a minimum, which I'm not sure he'd take that, you know, then they could probably be more dangerous. But Portland will finish third. This is where it's going to get really more interesting. Fourth and fifth. Last year, Utah won the division. But I don't see them winning the division this year. Gordon Hayward, to me, is just too much of a loss. Over 22 a game. It's way too much. And I don't think you just plug Rodney Hood and Joel Ingles in there and expect to make up 22 a game. You know, you gotta get hopefully they get somebody get 15. I they still got Joe Johnson. I like the Donovan Mitchell, but I think Denver though is gonna be better than Utah this year. Surprising. Nikola Jokic is becoming one of the best centers in the NBA. Not only he can score and, you know, defend, he passes better than probably some point guards. I mean, he averaged almost 5 assists a game last year. Almost 5 assists, like 4.9 assists for a center. That's crazy. I think he's got a shot at being a star this year. They also picked up Paul Millsap. Now, I don't know if he's going to still be around 18 a game. He's getting older. You know, I don't know. There could be some chemistry issues because Kenneth Faried's been starting the last few years, and he may end up demanding a trade, so I don't know. They also got Wilson Chandler. When healthy, I love him. They did lose Daniel Gallinari, though, so that kind of hurts, but I like Wilson Chandler when he's healthy, so he's kind of a good player. Gary Harris has gotten good. I think he just signed some kind of a contract here recently, quite a bit. I thought it was, well, I don't know, someone stopped me, was it like 88 million for 4 years or something? I don't know, he got a lot of money. I just seen it the other day. And then, my biggest concern with Denver is the point guard spot. That's my biggest concern with this team. Emmanuel Mudiay only shot 37% from the field and 31% from 3. And I would not start him. I would probably try starting Jamal Murray at point guard. I would. And have Gary Harris as my 2 guard. So, I don't know. I mean, Denver, though, the West is going to be real tough this year. Like, who's going to be in the playoffs? I will do a video about that eventually, but it's going to be tough. But I think Denver will finish 4th. Now, the final one, I know y'all be like, Utah? You got Utah in last? Like I said, this was tough. This was tough. Because to me, I think the first 2 were kind of like interchangeable. You could put OKC at 1 and Minnesota at 2. When you got to 3, 4, and 5, it was kind of like, you don't know where to go. Portland could finish in last, Denver could finish in last, or Utah could finish in last. And yes, Utah still got Rudy Gobert, who's a shot-blocking stud. Let's see if I got this right. He blocked 2.6 blocks last year, and he scored over 14. He scored 14 and had almost 13 rebounds a game. So that's pretty good. Derek Favors averaged 9.5 points, but they picked up Ricky Rubio, which I think is going to help their point guard situation. Not as much as for shooting purposes as passing. Oh, I think Rubio will make everybody around him better. It's just, I don't know if Utah... It could be a possibility, though, and this would be strange, if all 5 of these teams made the playoffs. But I like the Southwest Division's tough, too, so it's kind of like... You know, it's like, to me, the Pacific Division got a little worse, to some degree, and Northwest and Southwest got stronger to me, so just can't really see Utah finishing 1st or 2nd, but you never know. They may surprise. So will Rodney Hood and Joel Ingles make up for Gordon Hayward being at Boston? I don't feel they will, at least not at this point. So, to recap, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves in 1st, the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2nd, the Portland Trailblazers in 3rd, Denver Nuggets in 4th, and the Utah Jazz finishing 5th, or last. Who is your 1 through 5 in the Northwest Division? Send me your thoughts and your comments. What do you agree on and disagree on? Thank you and if you like this video, subscribe to Scott's NBA Talk, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.